This is going to be our new major growth driver. The reviews are already coming out, and it's pretty good. That's pretty good stuff. Now remember, Grace and Vera are also the most highly qualified CPUs in the world of AI, because every single data center, every single cloud, every single enterprise, every company that works with NVIDIA on AI has already qualified Grace. The entire software stack has already been optimized for Grace. Every company will be qualifying Vera. Vera will be the most optimized agentic CPU in the world, simply because it's going to go with Vera Rubin, simply because we made the big hard switch. In fact, during Grace Blackwell transition, the biggest risk was going from external CPU x86 into Grace Blackwell. That transition was extremely dangerous, but we did it with incredible execution. Now Grace is literally synonymous with Grace Blackwell. When people say Blackwell, they say Grace Blackwell, because it is utterly now everywhere. Every company's software stack has been optimized for it. Everybody's security stack has been optimized for it. And now here comes Vera. I'm super excited about that. Now look at some of the performance numbers. Speedups is one thing. It is extremely hard to speed up SQL. SQL, the most famous domain-specific language, DSL, that has ever been created. Before SQL, before CUDA, there was SQL. Before OpenGL, there was SQL, invented by IBM. Today, it is the structured database engine of the planet. Everybody uses SQL. This is SQL running 3 times faster. Not 10% faster, not 25% faster, 10 times, 3 times faster. Incredible. This is real-time. The next one is real-time stream processing. Remember, your AI is going to be not just reading documents. Your AI is going to be watching for telemetry, especially inside a factory, inside a stock exchange. You're going to be looking for telemetry continuously. The burst of data that's coming in goes into a CPU. This is Vera CPU running real-time stream processing for New York Stock Exchange. Lynn Martin, the president of New York Stock Exchange, has been so gracious to partner with us. This system is run all over the world in real-time stream processing. Vera CPU 6 times, all because of the bandwidth, the single threaded instruction execution, the bandwidth inside between the cores, the bandwidth outside. Vera is completely revolutionary. That's Vera. X factors is something you talk about when you're talking about GPUs. It is quite rare that somebody talks about X factors on real workload that is associated with CPUs. So I'm so proud of the team. You guys did such a great job. We have an extraordinary roadmap coming. But what's really exciting is almost everybody is supporting Vera. They're as excited as we are. This is Vera opening up. It's opened up a brand new market. Agents is a new workload. We built CPUs for humans in the past. We need CPUs for agents, agentic systems. The properties are different. Why would the old CPUs be the same? We are building millions and millions of Veras, And to go to market with us, Taiwan's ODMs and computer makers, all the OEMs, and you could see the early adopters. The early adopters are the agentic companies. This is the beginning of a new market, a market that never existed before. It's not going to take away from the old markets, but this is a new market. CPU for agents. And this market will surely be larger than the last. And the reason for that is because there'll be a lot more agents than there are people, and then the agents are very impatient. So NVIDIA, Vera CPU. Thank you. This is the most important slide, really. This is the takeaway. The takeaway here is that this is the application pattern. This is the computing pattern of the next decade. Agents, harnesses, orchestrating large language models. Every company will run it. Every company will be an agent company. Every company will have agents running inside. Every company will see that agents will need its own operating system. Every company is asking us, how do we run agents safely? How do we build agents for our own workloads? And so we have the NVIDIA Agent Toolkit for Enterprise AI. You've seen me build this in plain sight. Almost everything that NVIDIA does, as you know, at every GTC, if you go back and look at my GTC 5 years ago or 10 years ago, you will see today. This you've seen me talking about for several years now, because we've been building for this moment. There are 4 things that companies need in order to build agents as a service or build agents to operate. The first thing you need is you need models. Of course, large language models. The smarter, the better. The cheaper, the better. The faster, the better. The second is you need a harness to orchestrate the whole thing. The third, these models want to use tools, and these tools come with its skills. And I showed you CUDA-X libraries. Those are going to be amazing tools for the agents in the future. And then lastly, you need a runtime. You need the operating system that holds it all together. This is the NVIDIA Toolkit for agents. It includes models that you can modify, NVIDIA's world-class open models, and I want to show you more. You can run agents from anybody. You could run Cloud Code, incredible agent, Codex, incredible agent. You could run it inside this harness called OpenShell, which will be highly secure for your inside the enterprise. The shell protects the agent, keeps it grounded in security policies. Privacy is protected. Its rights and privileges are given. Its identity is protected. And so this OpenShell is being adopted all over the world. NVIDIA OpenShell is open source. You're going to see so many companies adopt it. Red Hat, Canonical, Microsoft. It's going to be adopted everywhere. This is the runtime. And this runtime is fully optimized for the NVIDIA AI platform, which is everywhere. So you can run OpenShell in any cloud, on-prem, and even on device. So you have now tools and libraries that they can use. You have models that you can modify or use as is, or you have agents. This would be OpenClaw, Hermes, another incredible harness. These agentic harnesses can now run on-prem or for you anywhere, okay? So 4 things, and this represents the operating system of the modern enterprise. Now, how do we use this? One of my favorite use cases of agents is chip designers. It is the single most important thing that NVIDIA does. And so, of course, we have to partner with Cadence to build super agent, a chip design super agent. It is orchestrated by Codex or Cloud Code. It has RTL and architecture diagrams or schematics or specifications as input and whatever you need to fix. And together we created some super agents that are optimized for the NVIDIA runtime with Nemotron from weeks to hours. NVIDIA has thousands of chip designers. We are going to hire hundreds of thousands of Cadence super agents that work with us so that we can accelerate our company, so that we can be even more ambitious, create even more amazing things, run even faster. You saw earlier that the toolkit with models, harness, tools. The tools in this case are cadence simulators and verifiers, formal verification systems. It is the reason why we're working with Cadence so hard to accelerate all of their tools on CUDA, because the agents are impatient. The agents want the answer immediately. And so models, harnesses, accelerated CUDA, accelerated libraries and tools, and then the runtime. What you saw just now is all of that coming together. Now, one of the things that it starts with is a great model that Cadence could modify and tune to be expert at the Cadence workflow, at the Cadence expertise, so that they could create super agents that are proprietary to Cadence with their proprietary knowledge. They have to start with an excellent model. We call it Nemotron. NVIDIA is dedicated to build open models for the world so that all of you, all of us, could create our own agents. Today we're announcing the Nemotron 3 Ultra. Yep, our next open model, and it is smart. The Nemotron models not only give you the model, we give you all the data that we use to train the model, and because we have a coalition of incredible partners, you can see all of our partners down here, we work together, contribute data to each other. Nemotron is trained on one of the largest suites of long-running reasoning models, long-running tool, task-solving, tool-using data sets in the world because of all of our great partnerships. All of this from the model, the training script, and the data made completely available to you. This is open models at its best. The best open model system policies in the world. Simple goal is so that you can take all of it, add to it, make it even better, make it yours. Nemotron 3 Ultra is 5 times faster. This is the world's first model based on a hybrid architecture of SSM, state space models, with mixture of experts. The architecture is incredibly fast. We made it fast so that you could think fast. When you think fast, you could think longer at the same cost. So 5 times faster. It is also 30% cheaper, 30% lower cost to run in total flops and total inference time than even the most cost-effective in the world. We're comparing against the world's best open models. Frontier Smart, 5 times faster, 30% cheaper, completely open. We're completely dedicated to this. This is now Nemotron 3. We're currently working on Nemotron 4. So this entire toolkit, from models, harnesses, tools and skills, and runtimes, is the reason why every enterprise company in the world has the ability now to create their own agents, just like Cadence did with their super agents. And we're working with so many companies, Cadence and CrowdStrike and Dassault and Palantir, SAP and ServiceNow. People were always said, Jensen, the agents are going to disrupt these markets. I said completely the opposite, and you can now see it. Agents is going to create the largest opportunity ever for my partners and friends. And we have the NVIDIA agentic toolkit for enterprise AI to help them. So, there you go. First, Vera Rubin in full production. 2, Vera CPU, CPU built for a new generation for agents. And 3, NVIDIA's enterprise AI toolkits so that every enterprise and every enterprise software company can build agents. My relationship with you started here. And many of my friends and partners here in Taiwan, your companies started here. This is, in a lot of ways, the beginning of the modern computer industry, 40 years now. NVIDIA is 33 years old. The PC industry was already starting to get to Windows 1 and Windows 2 and Apple 1 and Apple 2. And by the time that we came along, Windows 3.1 was the PC. And as you know, Windows 95 made PC personal. It took PC from enterprises, companies, and made it into a consumer electronics device. Everybody should have one, and everybody does. This is the beginning. This computing platform did several things incredibly smart. Windows was not just disaggregated, as you know. Windows was properly abstracted. It was architected just right. Systems BIOSes, open chipsets, the operating system with drivers that could be connected and installed at runtime, and an abstraction layer with a multimedia API that opened up the PC to what we all know today. Each one of these elements were essential in making the PC so popular. 40 years later, Microsoft and NVIDIA are going to reinvent the PC. This is going to be the new PC. Now, tomorrow night, I think it's tomorrow night our time, but I'm going to be with Satya, where we're going to talk a lot more about the work that we're doing together. Microsoft and NVIDIA, over the last 3 years, it took this long to completely reinvent how the PC is going to work so that we could be ready for this moment. As I mentioned earlier, that compute pattern called the agent is going to run in AI clouds. It's going to run inside enterprises. It is also going to run on your PC. What's going to happen to that PC when it has an autonomous agent? An agent that's helping you, that understands you. You could talk to it. It could look at you. You could ask it to read files, go help you, do some research. It could do a lot more that I'll show you. But the new operating system is, of course, the old operating system plus large language models. Large language models, in a lot of ways, is the modern version of DirectX. It has, of course, input and output, understands prompts, it understands computer vision, it can generate video, it can generate sounds. It is the modern extension, the intelligence extension of the PC, of a computer. On top of that, the application, as I mentioned before, is going to be replaced by now an agentic runtime. And that is the modern application, an agent.
想看最完整的新闻内容，记得下载 TVBS 新闻网 APP。